they don't like Jesse because Jesse's not on their side of things and doesn't even pretend to be on their side of things. Well, it came out this week that he's been kind of on a tear about where she grew up. Like, this is a birth certificate thing. And he pulled out her birth certificate to prove effectively that she wasn't quite from Oakland. So apparently she was born in an Oakland hospital, but she didn't grow up in, let me make sure I have this right. She didn't actually grow up in Oakland. She grew up in a really kind of nice, posh academic town right nearby. It's called Berkeley, California. You know, UC Berkeley. I have a cousin that rode there. UC Berkeley is the bomb for rowing and for academia. Okay, really, really good school. Very, very hard to get into. And so Kamala Harris had academic parents that lived in the Shishihu town, whatever you want to call it, of Berkeley. It's like Cambridge, right? Except it's next to Oakland. It's like if you took Cambridge, Massachusetts, and just made it a little closer to Roxbury. Anyway, she loves to talk about how she's from Oakland. She's an Oakland girl. She's an Oakland native, all this, that. And, you know, she's not. She's actually a Berkeley native. And there is a distinction, okay? I realize they're right next door to each other, and it's California, big state. But there is a distinction between being, it's like being from Roxbury or being from Cambridge, okay? She's from Berkeley. That's where she grew up until she was 12, by the way, because mysteriously at 12, she left the country. Montreal. I wonder if she speaks French. Way up there in Canada, McGill is a very good school. Her mother got a position there as a professor at McGill. So she was raised during her very formative, impressionable years in none other than Canada. I mean, hey, what can we have against her? It's just Canada, right? Except it's Canada. It's not America. And then she came back to go to Howard University, I guess, but she was out of the country for a long time. So when she talks about being such a product of America, I think that Jesse has a right to sort of kind of raise an eyebrow at that one. And yet, they want him gone. They want him gone because of an innocuous comment. They want him gone. Should I play it again? Let me just play a little bit of it. You know, for those of you that are just joining us, this is crazy. I'm going to fast forward.
So, Ben, 3 years since Kamala boasted about being the, quote, last person.
He was somehow involved in the decision, and it was her wise guidance that he was relying upon. Listen, she was the last in the room in Afghanistan. She was the border czar, and she was the deciding vote on trillions of inflationary spending. On those three most popular Joe Biden items, she's basically like a conjoined twin. You cannot separate the two. And let's talk about foreign policy. What is her foreign policy? And this is where the president has his most impact. You have a lot of room to maneuver there as commander-in-chief. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she believes. She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Right now,
Jesse, water.
Jesse, I don't like that.
Figuratively,
Take
again,
it back.
Have their way with her, control her, not in a sexual way.
Okay, so now they want him gone over that. But you see, the bigger story there is that he's sort of zoning in on some issues that are kind of important. Look, I know how this goes. I've been the victim of it, frankly, right? I used to work there. I said a few things that maybe some people on the left considered out of bounds. Right? Because there was a time when you couldn't even talk about COVID. You couldn't even say the word. In fact, I developed the euphemism to this day. I still say it. It's like automatic reflex. March 2020. Right? March 2020. You know what I'm talking about. That's what I learned very quickly, you know, because if you said the other thing, oh boy, somebody was going to get offended. Somebody was going to get really, really mad. That's what happened. And so Jesse's in a position where, you know, hopefully he's not going to deal with what I dealt with, but think about all the people. Think about the people that used to be at Fox that aren't there anymore. From myself to Tucker to Lou, rest in peace. I mean, a whole lot of people. Steve Hilton. I mean, I just really, really talented people that are not there anymore because, you know, maybe you just pushed it a little bit too far. We were told you had full independence, you had freedom of speech, this, that, and the other. I didn't totally, because actually all my commentaries I had to run through upper management, and upper management, like the head of the whole place, would sign off on it before I could say it. So they knew it was coming, but whatever. I mean, the point is we're way happier over here, right? make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you're here. I am here live every single day. Hit the bell so you know when I'm here. It's important right now.